I almost played Vayne today. I was so fucking close.
Oh my god, bro! I trust this guy with my life. He told me, bro, if you blind pick Azir, I'm gonna pick Vayne. I'm like, bro.
But it didn't happen.
Why?
Why? Because the bands didn't, and the picks they picked didn't line up.
Yeah, it didn't line up. The stars didn't line up.
But like in my head, we had a draft meeting before it came, right? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna
He was so excited.
I'm gonna win that so hard.
He was so excited.
But in the end, I had to pick Calista and I get
You ended up getting it. This interview is brought to you by Trolli Gummy Worms. Do you want to ask one?
The
yeah,
best
I'll take one.
Candy there is.
Thank you. Whoa! He was spending like the whole time off camera how he wasn't gonna break diet. But now it's
I
really
would have
good.
a little piece.
Okay.
Mmm.
It's good.
It's pretty good,
really
actually.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just hold it like
just
this.
hold on to it. If you
Nah,
want.
I'll hold it.
I mean,
Maya,
you can
hold
just
it.
keep eating them. If you want. Yeah. Hi guys. How you feeling?
Mix of feelings, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because we actually had a pretty decent game, and it feels like where were we all split, you know?
Yeah.
Everything went so fast. Felt like we had potential a lot of games, but then we just gave away 3 wins all the time, and because everything went so fast, like that 10 loss streak, like really ruined our whole season, I think.
Without overthinking about it, how long did it feel, the 10 loss streak? If you got to put it in games tactical because you've played regular seasons before, did it feel like 4, 6 in a row, and all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, it was 10?
Honestly, I didn't even realize it was 10-game loss streak till now.
I can't
I felt
believe
like that was within a span of like 2 or 3 weeks only.
Yeah.
And usually that's like only half the games of 10. Like you still play 4 to 6, but went by really fast, I guess.
it was
Yeah.
really, really
It feels like a blur to me, honestly. A little bit.
Okay, I'll hold that so that you're not just holding, unless you want to.
It's like when you like fall asleep and you wake up like 3 hours later, and it feels like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's exactly the feeling we had.
It's one of those shitty naps.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just wake up like, well, I guess my sleep schedule is fucked, and I guess our regular season is fucked.
Yeah. Right, it's just, yeah.
Had the opportunity here in the last week. Was there extra pressure going into the week, even though you had a game on FlyQuest, and then that pressure was gone here in the last game, so you played really well, or do you think pressure was a thing for this season? Either one of you.
I could say, going to this week, we said take it one game at a time.
Yep.
So honestly, like we weren't really thinking too much about the big picture. I think thinking about it too much will make us feel too much pressure. Mm-hmm. So going to the week, we said just focus on one game at a time. Let's not think about like the external factors of like if we'll make playoffs or not, but too much. It'd be nice to win, obviously, and that's just our goal in general going to this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we did take it one game at a time, but still, because it was like the week we had to make like 3 wins or 2 wins out of 3, it's like shit, we have to bring everything we have. Mm-hmm. Where other teams are like, oh, we can win 1 out of 4 games and we're fine, but we had to like win 3 out of 4. So we were really like making up comps and trying to really like focus on making like we were tunneling too much on our comps, I think. And then in draft, it's like sometimes we don't adapt enough. Like not only the coach, the players as well. Like we're trying to stick with what we practiced. We only have like 3 days of practice.
Sure.
So it's like yesterday, for instance, the TF. It was really really good in scrims and we had a lot of success. But in that game, it was not good. But we kind of tunneled on it, and that's what's bad about being in this position. Like when we have to get wins, we're not loose. We're not flexible. Like I mean, I can play anything. It's just like no, we need to play our best comp to win, and then it really like backfired on us.
Sure. I think when people think of you two as players, they'll think tactical, your growth from this last split to this split, not only just focusing on one champ anymore, but being able to play all champs. And Bolulu with you, it is the versatility that you brought that closed the gap on some of the top mid laners in the league. When you look back on this season, what will you remember from it?
We like change our identity a lot in this team. And we couldn't really find what suits us the best. Like, we didn't adapt in the season well enough. We weren't flexible enough in the season. So we're very predictable in draft and predictable in what we want to do. Because we have like, okay, first week, I remember we played a particular comp with like Annie, Ari mid only. And then we went to more, okay, let's try another strategy, like giving Bolulu Ziggs and Vel'Koz and Zoe and stuff. And we tunneled too much on that. Like one game we had Maokai Zoe. Makes no sense at all. But it's like, oh yeah, give Bolulu comfort, but it doesn't really make sense. So we didn't really, we're very like one-sided team and one very predictable, which makes us very vulnerable. So when we did like, for instance, last few weeks, we played all in comps only. like Nocturne and Nico and stuff. And then it was very obvious. So every team that was good just drafted, received comps like, oh, we draft Zaya, Braum, Seju, and then or Renekton, and then we can't go in on them.
Right,
so
right.
I would say we were too predictable, too simple in our game plan, which made it really hard to play. A lot of games were just like really, really hard in draft, to be honest.
Eddie?
There's a lot, honestly. Like, I think probably this is split where I feel like the most independent out of all my splits. Because before I was on Team Liquid, I had a lot of people around me doing stuff for me. TSM last year was kind of just a blower. I kind of just erased that from my memory.
Sure.
I mean, spring didn't go too great for me, but I do think I picked it back up in summer. And I think going forward, I just feel like I grew up so much as a person as well during these splits. And I feel just confident overall, so hopefully I can keep that going forward.
Yeah. And then last, like, obviously season's over. You guys will have your closing conversations with the team. What's one thing about the team, you know, the players, the staff, the day-to-day, that you want people to know that maybe they don't know about Immortals?
It was really fun. I mean, one thing I always try to do on my teams is I always try to be the goofy guy. Maybe sometimes not the right time zone.
You try to be, or you are the goofy guy?
Both. But this team especially, I feel like they received it very well, and it spread around really well. So I'm really happy to have played in this team. It was a really fun split, one of my most fun teams ever to work with, honestly. And yeah.
I can imagine what being the goofy guy was like on TSM. Sorry, as soon as
It's
you
okay.
said that, I was like, no wonder it was a blur for you.
Yeah. Didn't happen for me.
What happened to TSM?
What do you mean? I was never on TSM.
Oh, okay.
How about for you, Bolulu? What do you want people to know about the team that maybe they didn't know?
That they didn't know about the team. Ooh. What is it that people don't know? We're pretty open book. I mean, we had a lot of conversation about that we should film our everyday life and just like put a reality show.
Yeah.
That'll be like #1 in the whole like US. I think it's like our team is just so funny.
I blame
It's just-
Charlie.
It's
then.
just
Charlie
insane.
Yeah, Trolli, you gotta
Like
put some more out there.
Charlie
Like
up, man.
you have all this material and you don't film it. It's just
It's a waste.
It's a waste.
Yes.
But I think Eddie, like being the goofy guy and like bringing a lot of positivity, actually carried a lot of the split. And also having a very stable performance. I think this split he really grew up a lot as a player. Last split is very inconsistent, even though I know you were like really, really good. But this split is like really, even though the team was like fumbling a lot, he always had a stable performance.
Yeah.
And on top of that, being like very funny and positive and stuff was really nice as well, because we had sometimes a bit too seriousness in the team, and then he just broke the ice and made it more enjoyable. But besides that, what I remember, what I want people to know, I think we're the oldest team in this.
Really?
LCS, are we?
No way.
Anyway, that doesn't matter.
I
Dude,
think-
Double Lift's like almost 10 years older than me, bro.
Well, really?
He has like 30. I'm
No,
like,
but
So-
mediocre, like.
like an average.
Median age.
Median,
Yeah,
yeah.
average.
Are we?
Kemi's young. He's 20.
Kennedy's 20.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm 24. Eric's 26. Colin's 30.
Oh shit, we have Colin.
Colin and Kemi cancel each other out.
Yeah, you're right.
You guys are
You might be
average
right. You
25.
actually might be right.
Yeah.
Well, just,
I don't know,
a,
100
just a
Ds.
random fun fact. I don't know. I don't have anything else like.
Okay, I thought you were
under-
going deep for me, man. You were
Nah,
just like,
man,
fun
I
fact,
was like
we're
fun
old.
fact.
We're
the
old,
oldest
maybe.
team. Oh, another fun fact. I'm trying to always 1v9 in the drafts, like trying to fight with the team to make me get to play a lot of stuff. I'm like, guys, trust me, this is good. And then Colin from another side, man, I've never seen Velkas played before. I'm like, bro, just open my goal.gg and look at my win rate. So it's been a battle for me, very like mentally draining, trying to be able to play my champions.
It sounds-
It's not easy. It's not been easy. Like the first couple of weeks when we lost, trust me, I did not enjoy picking Annie and Ari a lot of times.
Actually, I almost played Vayne today. I was so fucking close.
Oh my god, bro! I trust this guy with my life. He told me, bro, if you blind pick Azir, I'm gonna pick Vayne. I'm like, bro.
But it didn't
got you.
happen.
Why?
Why? Because they the bands didn't, and the picks they picked didn't line up.
Yeah, I didn't line up. The stars didn't line up.
But like in my head, we were at the draft meeting before we came, right? And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna be
was
this
so
game
excited,
so.
like,
I'm gonna
he-
be that so hard.
he was so
But
excited.
But in the end, I had to pick Calista and I
You ended up getting the 2v2 kill when you roamed down. That was sick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I
we
mean,
got.
you almost died, but
Nah,
Renata, baby.
Yeah, Renata, W.
Cool, man. Well, I just want people to know at home like how much I appreciate your team and how much I like you guys individually. Like, you know, in the press room, anytime I have the opportunity to come see, like, remember last year when you won and you were like still shaking down there like that? That was super,
Yeah. I remember
that's like
that.
one of my favorite interviews that I did just because of the raw energy that you present, you know, in the league that not everyone gives. And so I appreciate you guys, and I hope nothing but the best for you guys. So thank you for this.
Likewise, man. Appreciate it. I hoped we could be more positive, but losing a lot is not like
It's
that
tough.
easy. It's tough.
It's tough.
But
I've been losing the past year and 2 years. Don't worry.
and this guy's still smiling, still joking. I can't believe this guy.
I'm like coping mechanisms.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to break and like just shatter.
Maybe in
things.
20 years I'll have midlife crisis or something.
Holy
and
shit, I lost so many games in 2023.
Can you show him your play? What you listen to on the breakfast table?
Oh.
That's another fun fact about Immortals.
Yeah.
When we eat breakfast on the table, this guy is playing house music every day,
House?
just like
Not
pumping.
house.
No,
Like there's
techno house.
some like melodic bass, you know.
No, it's like pumping.
All right,
He's
let's
always 100.
One sec.
see it before I lose all my viewers. Come on.
You should cut it out here.
No,
It's not. Okay.
Why is what's his name?
Don't
Plankton from
Okay, it's not.
SpongeBob the
but
picture?
The Wi-Fi is not very good here. It's not
It's
loading.
not.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
All right.
I'm sorry, but-
Performance anxiety. Just go ahead and shoot it over, and I'll put it at the end of the video.
Okay, thank you. Actually, thank you. Yeah.
All right, we'll do
okay.
that.
Okay.
He appreciates this so much.
All right. Thank you, boys. Appreciate
Thanks, man.
you.
Appreciate it.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Next time. All right.
Subscribe, like,
At Tactical.
doubly interviewer.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of dGon Esports. And you know, it hasn't always been easy getting my thrills since I'm a one-man band doing everything here. So to get my thrills, I get them from Trolli gummy worms. You know, they want nothing more than for you to bite into their delicious, sour heads and bodies into pieces. Personally, I like the raspberry blueberry flavor. It's really good. You should go ahead and get your own. Check it out. And get the mind-warping, tongue-twisting sour thrills only at Trolli.com.
Thank you. At Bolulu.
Oh, actually, Instagram, Bolulu, Twitter, Bolulu, YouTube, Bolulu, Twitch, Bolulu. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
I should have just said Bolulu at all.
Yeah. All my handles are blue, all guys.
All right. Sweet.